Hi, my name is Gene Miller, and I want to challenge all of you to focus this month on saying thank you. Saying thank you, it's really clear that saying thank you can benefit both the person saying it and the person receiving it. And my goal is to try and to help us interpreters focus more on the positives of that perspective. So right now it's the fall, it's November, and it's starting to become a bit cold. And it's also starting to become, a little bit dark outside. And I've started to notice that a lot of interpreters seem to become frustrated, maybe a little bit down and deflated. And there are many reasons for this, sure. There's a lot of challenges with the RID. The interpreter profession itself is changing a little bit. There are many interpreters who are struggling to really find their place. And the deaf community is also not satisfied with interpreters, so it's a tough situation. So I'm looking at all these reasons, at all the negativity that's starting to occur, and I've always had it in the back of my mind as one thing to try and remember is to have gratitude. So in the deaf community, suppose there's an interpreter who's really showing good expression. There's a lot of just very clear, positive messaging. And do we feel like this is going to change the relationship? So like this, imagine an interpreting group. Uh, if the entire interpreting is Jesus, there are many people who discuss saying thank you, and two examples that we can steal from Street Leverage in 2011. Brandon Arthur himself wrote an article called "Sign Language Interpreters and the Form of Gratitude." And there's also 2013. Amanda Richards wrote an article called "How Sign Language Can Help Improve the Deaf Community." And those two, I think, are good examples. But if you put that up on your screen, you search for Street Leverage, and you search for gratitude, there are so many articles that you'll find. So my idea is not new, but I believe it's really important. So maybe we roll up our sleeves and start showing support. So if you can see it's clear, we can improve our relationship with each other as long as we're showing gratitude that's clear and obvious. So if I'm at work and I'm having a bad day, and so I approach my customer and I say hello, or I'm on the phone and I'm talking, and a person approaches me, they say hello. I feel like that's nice. I feel better. So later, looking back, I realized that what they're doing is trying to influence my positivity and try to make me feel good inside. And I want to pass that along and I want to share the benefits of that. So, one example is at the RID National Conference. So, I went to the community forum And I really felt touched. It was amazing. You know, there was a lot of speakers. They were all taking their turns, and they were doing great. And when that forum finished, I decided I wanted to go up to the speakers and meet them and tell them thank you. And so when I went to go do that, there were two people that really touched me when this happened. So I went to go meet them, and the two of them were together. So I walked up to them, and I got their attention, and I said, "Wow, thank you so much. That was really inspiring. You two standing up there and telling your stories. I thought it was really brave. So thank you." So all three of us started chatting, and we really felt like a really strong connection to each other. And I realized that discussion that was really important. That discussion. The benefits were that in the future, I felt a lot more inspired by their story and their impact it had on me. So afterwards, when I told them thank you, um, it seemed like a lot of people started to positively impact me. And they also felt sort of reinvigorated from that positivity. So there was one woman who wrote an article. Her name is Patty. Um, uh, that said, if I'm looking for things to complain about, then I will find them. But if I'm also looking for things I can be grateful for, I can find those as well. So that woman, Patty, she challenged that year in 2006. Uh, the challenge that she had set up was to make a list of 37 different people who had helped her. Then maybe write one or two sentences explaining how that person had helped them. That challenge of writing a list of 37 people, I decided to join in with that and do my own. And I really felt like I had learned a lot from doing that experience. So later, I met up with Patty, uh, Patty Deek, and I told her that I had read her article, and she said for every day for 40 years she had woken up and wrote a thank you note. And I really felt like that opened up my mind and really changed my perspective. And so I really feel like the goal of that is to just try and be thankful, have some perspective, and once you do change that perspective, it can really open up your mind and change your mindset. That message really impacted me, and it really shifted my own personal viewpoint to try and think of how I can change. And how I personally need to start thinking about my life and how I can be more inclusive. So since 2013, I've been thinking of how I can positively change my perspective and how I can influence other interpreters as well. I hope you're all willing to join me in that challenge and try and change your perspective and being more grateful. So now it's November, and I just started um, looking out and waiting for RID and their analysis at the end of the year. So I want to challenge all of you. So my challenge to all of you to set up this goal every day for 1 month continuously is to show your gratitude. The best way to show your thanks, I mean, there's a lot of different ideas out there as to the best way to show your thanks, and I'll just drop out a few for you here. So number one, every morning, look back at yesterday and think about one person that you maybe work with or interpreted for, and think about how that person helped you and write a note and give it to them every single day. Number two, in your local deaf community, there's, I'm sure, a lot of different organizations. You can volunteer to give your time, try to help out, or you can also donate money as well. Another idea, number three, for every day in November, write on Facebook, Twitter, some kind of update showing a thank you to a deaf community member or interpreter, one of the two. And number four, um, go to your mentor or teacher or someone who's helped you along the way to teach you about interpreting, about life, really about anything. Um, Someone who helped you maybe get involved in the deaf community, and ask them to join you for coffee or breakfast or something, and just sit down with them and just tell them, wow, you really made an impact on me, on how you taught me and how you helped me. And just, be direct with them on that. Number five, you can start your own gratitude journal for interpreting work. So when you're thinking about interpreters and reasons why you became an interpreter, you can put down every day in your gratitude journal about why you're happy to continue interpreting. So those are just a couple of ideas. Maybe you are sitting there and you're doubting this whole process and you don't want to get involved. Uh, I have information that you can look into on a website. That website is www.happierhuman.com slash benefits of gratitude. So that happierhuman.com slash benefit of gratitudes. There's an article in English that you can click on, and that article has a list of 31 different ways and ideas you can think about uh, benefiting other people and showing your gratitude. Dude, it's 12:30. What else could you possibly want? So one other way to get involved this month for gratitude and saying thank you is looking at um, your ideas, your experiences, looking at your goals, and seeing how they've changed your perspective. So please share your gratitude and your experiences. So after this 1 month, don't just have that go away. Understand. I mean, if it does, I understand. But if it's possible, try to show clear and honest gratitude um, uh, when it's possible. It's related to your health or just improving your life in general. And I think it'll help build a lot of relationships and improve those relationships. and maybe you don't want to get involved. You don't feel you're not feeling motivated, or maybe you are feeling motivated for that challenge. You know, maybe getting involved with a gratitude for the month challenge might be sort of reinvigorating. So I guess we'll have to see on that.